everyone, I'm Jen, Interpretation Officer at Royal Botanical Gardens. I'm here at Laking Garden where the peonies are in full bloom and smell incredible. We're going to chat with Alex Henderson, who's our Curator of Living Collections, to learn more about these incredible plants. Hi Alex, thanks for joining us today.
Hi Jen, how are you?
Pretty great. So we're here at Laking Garden, which is one of our oldest gardens and was the first garden to have specific herbaceous plant collections, including the peony collection, which was added in 1949. Can you tell us a little bit about how that collection has changed over the decades?
Yeah, so the original plants for the collection were acquired from Niagara Parks Commission around about the mid-1940s. As you said, they were planted in 1949, and then over the decades, various people who've been interested in the collection have donated peonies from their garden, and even some hybridizers who specially hybridized peonies have donated plant material. And then of course we've acquired stuff as well to fill the collection out. And really we've done that to really show the vast diversity of peonies and the types of flowers and colours that they show every year. And so it's a really great way to experience peonies.
Now, our collection is actually internationally significant. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we worked with the American Public Gardens Association, and what we did was we did a benchmarking exercise to see which of our peonies occur in other botanic gardens across North America. And it turns out that we've got such an extraordinary display that it's the most diverse collection in North America.
Now, there's 3 types of peonies, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So we've got herbaceous peonies here, and these are the peonies that you see most commonly planted in gardens, and these are the peonies that will traditionally die all the way down to the soil surface in winter, and then will re-sprout again in spring to give you this magnificent display. As you enter the garden by the kiosk entrance, we've got tree peonies. They originate in China, and they have a woody structure to the way that they grow, so they will lose the leaves in winter but they won't die all the way down to the surface. And then we have the hybrids here that are called the Ito peonies, and these are a cross between tree peonies and herbaceous peonies, so they will lose the leaves in the winter but they have a woody structure at the bottom, so they won't die all the way down to the surface, but then they'll produce new foliage again in spring. And in case you didn't know, Ito peonies produce the largest flowers of all the peony groups.
Now, if someone wanted to add peonies to their garden, what are some things they could consider?
Well, peonies really like full sun, so you need to find a sunny location for them. They don't like wet feet, so you have to make sure that the soil is very well drained. And the most important thing to consider with planting peonies is not to plant them too deeply. So when you receive peony roots and you want to plant them, you'll see the buds at the top of the roots, and you shouldn't plant those deeper than 2.5 centimeters, because if you do, what the plant will do is respond by producing lots of great foliage but at the expense of flowers. So a really great tip to remember as well is if you're planting peonies in a mixed border, avoid mulching them, because again, if you mulch them too deeply, they'll produce leaves and not flowers.
Peonies have a bit of a reputation for being challenging. Is that true?
Nothing could be further from the truth actually, Jen. There's a misconception because the flowers are so delicate and very, very beautiful that they must be difficult to grow, but as long as you plant them correctly and you include some really, really good organic garden compost, these plants will literally flower for decade after decade. There are also not really any pests and diseases that are major that affect this plant. You don't require a lot of water, you don't need to use synthetic chemicals or fertilizers on these plants. So if you're the kind of person who wants to get into really sustainable gardening, peonies are a great choice for that.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us today, Alex, and showing off Laking Garden.
Thanks, Jen, and enjoy the peonies.